Hey, Jordan! Yes, Jordan? Did you know they made a movie of Silent Hill 3? They made a movie of Silent Hill 3? Let's watch it!
Do you get all of your clothes from Goodwill?
Everyone has a different nightmare in Silent Hill.
Greetings, my fellow humanoid things, and welcome back to the basement, where Hollywood movies ruin good video games. Don't laugh at me like that. Last time, we talked about Silent Hill 2, one of my favorite horror games of all time. And before that, we talked about Silent Hill 1, one of the most classic horror games of all time. But we still need to talk about Silent Hill 3, which could very well be the best game in the whole series. And before we get to the movie, which I want to strangle with my fingernails and teeth, we should first talk about the game. So let's talk about it.
Well, here we are, friends! Locked and loaded, ready to go, and closing in at the final stop of our journey, Silent Hill 3. The third in the series and the actual true sequel to Silent Hill 1, starring snarky little Heather.
My name is Douglas Cartland. I'm a detective.
A detective? Really? Well, nice talking to you.
Sometimes I find it hard to decide whether or not I like Silent Hill 2 or Silent Hill 3 more. While Silent Hill 2 is probably the most artistic, the most twistedly personal and emotional game in the series, Silent Hill 3 is psychedelic horror anarchy. This game makes me want to run away and bury my soul to the depths of hell.
If you're interested in horror games, and you've never played Silent Hill 3, you should be ashamed of yourself. This game is truly an epic little masterpiece of dark atmosphere. A crazy, demonic little journey through hell, with unforgettable, horrific sights, ravenous, godforsaken creatures of doom, sharp, killer, piercing tension, and isolated feelings of gloomy gloom and desolated desolationiness all throughout. You know, I'm always surprised Silent Hill 3 isn't more respected within the long threads of video game history. It's such an original game, such a polished game, and I always wish more people had actually played it. Where I often feel Silent Hill 2 is like the symbolic magnum opus of the series, Silent Hill 3 is like the dark visual horror opus of the series. It's one of those games where every moment, every room, every monster is interesting.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
If there's one thing I like about Silent Hill 3 more than the other games, it's the personality. This game is brimming with personality in ways that the other two games aren't.
Don't get me wrong, personality is something I like about all the Silent Hills. Each Silent Hill game does have its own unique personality. They all make me think of different things. In fact, each one actually makes me think of like a different color, if that makes any sense. Like the first game's color is all white. Black and white. It's always shifting between black and white, for one thing. And the story reflects black and white with its stark environment and its straight up good and evil characters. The second game's color is probably gray. Complex shades of gray. The story of that game is gray, the characters are gray, and pretty much every setting in the town you see is gray too. But the third game's color is red. Glowing emberish shades of orange and red. When Silent Hill 3 first came out, it was probably the most colorful game in the series. At least, colorful as in bloodstained and rusty colorful. It was certainly the most beautiful game in the series so far. I mean, God, I still think it looks amazing. Even after all these years, those character designs, those camera angles, those lighting effects, and God, that atmosphere.
You could tell this game had personality right from the beginning, in fact. Unlike the other two games, which both started out with a montage and some background music, Silent Hill 3 starts out with a song. If you hadn't met me, I'd be fine on my own. Baby. Never felt so lonely than you came along. I always like to think she was singing about Silent Hill, the town. Like, maybe it's a love song about Silent Hill. Oh, baby. Silent Hill. Baby.
By the way, that's actually Akira Yamaoka playing the guitar in the background. I always love that distorted guitar sound. Also, fun fact, Akira Yamaoka actually produced this game too. Yeah, the sound director, Yamaoka. The visionary master behind those beautiful soundtracks of the first and second games. You can actually kind of tell he produced this one, because it takes the detailed sound material the series had harnessed so well and really ups it to its maximum potential. There are very few silent moments in this game. At least, very few completely silent moments. It's a quiet game, for sure, but there's always ambient noise playing in the background. And just about every cutscene you see always has this really strong rhythm to it that sort of takes you on a musical little journey every time.
I'm just looking out for myself. Everyone does it. Don't stand there looking so smug. You're the worst person in this room.
Yeah, the dialogue is still a little hilarious at times. It still has that odd dreamlike quality to it, so the dialogue does actually work, and sometimes it sounds better than any game that had dialogue in it back then. But at other times, the writing makes me laugh.
You're an unbeliever. You deceived me.
I didn't deceive you.
Is every person here a mental case? Well, I guess you're not a person anyway.
Oh God! Oh, what was that? Oh, don't worry about that. It's only the darkness slowly consuming you from the inside. Wait, what? Don't worry about it.
Where am I?
So at the very beginning of Silent Hill 3, you start out in a dream, in a nightmare, with snarky little Heather finding herself lost and alone, holding a knife in her hand. As you start walking around, you'll find big scary bunnies, and you'll also find that you're actually in Lakeside Amusement Park, a place located in Silent Hill. And then you get hit by a roller coaster or something. After this, Heather wakes up sitting in a restaurant at the mall. She calls her dad at a payphone and tells him she's going to be coming home soon. And then she gets stopped by a mysterious detective who starts to follow her.
Are you still following me? Do I have to scream?
Sorry. I'll wait here.
Unable to get the detective to leave her alone, Heather runs into the bathroom to get away from him. And right away, this is where things start to get weird. So first, you see this glowing red cultish symbol on the mirror for some reason. And if you touch the symbol, you'll be greeted by the game's save screen, and also the beautiful haunting save music that accompanies it. After this, Heather decides to jump out the bathroom window in hopes of avoiding the detective. First, she runs down an alleyway. Then she finds a door, and then she enters the mall again from another side. And just like that, you're there. The mall becomes Silent Hill.
Now, over these past 3 videos, all throughout Silent Hill month, I have been praising the intro to each game. The intro to Silent Hill 1 is special to me. The intro to Silent Hill 2 is special to me. And this one, running down the alleyway in Silent Hill 3, even though it's the shortest, simplest intro of them all, I love it just as much.
I don't know why, but something about this alleyway scene has always been so spooky to me. I know this intro isn't quite as cool as the way Silent Hill 1 changed at the beginning, turning into Silent Hill's dark world in such a visually appealing cinematic way, but I just love the subtlety of this. In one short second, this little moment in the alleyway changes everything about the game. Once you walk into the mall again, and suddenly find monsters running around and all the lights turned off, you start to question Heather's sanity. You start to wonder where she really is. Is she at the mall? Is she in Silent Hill? Is she dead? Is she dreaming? I don't know, but here's the first monster.
Get the hell away from me!
Damn, that thing's got some big arms and some skinny little legs. Sexy.
What the hell is this thing?
Actually, something you might notice about the monsters in this game as you continue playing is that they actually come after you. See, in the previous Silent Hill games, the monsters never really did much to antagonize you at all. The monsters were dangerous, but they were also kinda lifeless. All they ever did was wander around aimlessly moaning and groaning. The monsters in Silent Hill 3, however, they chase you. Yeah, for the first time in Silent Hill history, the monsters were ravenous. They were like Resident Evil monsters for once, coming at you as fast as they could, tearing you to shreds at the very first chance they'd get. And it made Silent Hill 3 a lot scarier because of it, or at least a lot more tense. So after exploring the fucked up mall, totally confused and desperate to find another human being, Heather eventually does find another human being. A weird woman in a black cloak named Claudia.
I am Claudia.
So what?
I'm Violet Beauregard.
I don't care.
What's going on? Where is everybody? Those weird monsters?
They've come to witness the beginning. The rebirth of paradise.
What? The rebirth of paradise? That sounds like some evil culty Silent Hill 1 shit. Is this some Silent Hill 1 shit? Oh god, what's happening now? Is this the Hell World? Is this the Hell World from Silent Hill 1? This is some Silent Hill 1 shit.
It's because this is the sequel to Silent Hill 1. I already said that at the beginning of the video.
Not even a kid could believe in this.
You're right, Heather. Not even a kid could believe in this. I don't know who could believe in this, but certainly not a kid. Maybe an anti-kid could believe in this. What is an anti-kid? So yeah, you finally get to explore the Hell World again in this game. Something that was kind of missing from Silent Hill 2. I mean, I know the world did change and shift in Silent Hill 2, and trust me, that game has some of my favorite settings ever. But whenever you'd get to the other world in that game, it never felt quite like the other world. It felt a little too bland in my opinion. I don't know, there wasn't enough blood or color or evil demonic madness going on to make it feel as cool as the other world from the first game. But Silent Hill 3 took the landscape right back to its roots. All throughout this game, you will see metal, you will see rust, you will see ruin, but most of all, you will see the craziest camera angles and some of the gnarliest, darkest, trippiest looking psychological horror environments money could ever buy on the PlayStation 2.
Seriously, if I ever made like a top 10 Silent Hill rooms, this game would take up nearly the whole damn video. We should make a top 10 Silent Hill rooms! No, we shouldn't. Why not? Silent Hill month is over. This is the last video we're going to make. Well, we could always make another Silent Hill month later on. No. Why not? Because that would make people happy. But I want to make people happy. Jordan, you're not here to make people happy. You're here to make them sad, to disappoint them, to fill their lives with emptiness and hatred. Aww.
So first, among all the deep, dark, awesome places you explore in this game, you have the mall, which has big bottomless black pits in the ground, escalators that lead to nowhere, empty abandoned restaurants with barbecued demon dogs served on the table, and finally, at the end of it all, a giant wormy boss monster that totally looks like a dick. Literally. It's actually likely supposed to look like a dick. Or maybe not a dick. It's symbolism, man, don't ask. After this, Heather tries fleeing to the subway, hoping to escape this horrible nightmare and finally get home to her dad. But somehow, the subway leads her to the sewer, and then the sewer leads her to a building, and then the building leads her to hell. Heather basically has to go on a massive demented journey through backwards Wonderland just to get back to her home. She gets chased by monsters, she gets grabbed by tentacles, she encounters dogs, she encounters fans, she encounters fat, and she also solves puzzles, which just so happen to be some of the best puzzles in the series, in my opinion anyway.
Dad, I'm home.
Eventually, Heather finally gets back to her apartment. And when she gets there, warning, major spoilers for Silent Hill 3 coming now. The game gives us, seriously, honest to God, the best crying scene I think I've ever heard from classic video game voice acting, period.
No! No!
So Heather's father is dead. And I love the fact that the game never shows his face, because soon it's revealed Heather's dad is actually Harry Mason from Silent Hill 1.
Did you do this?
You're late.
But why? Why?
Revenge for 17 years ago, for one thing.
So Claudia tells Heather she killed Harry Mason for revenge. And she also claims Heather is prophesized to give birth to, God.
You will birth a god and build an eternal paradise.
You know, this whole scene would have worked out a lot better if Heather just ran up to her and punched her in the face, knocked her on the ground, and started beating the shit out of her. I don't get video games.
I'll be waiting where all begins, in the town of Silent Hill.
So as it turns out, you are basically playing as Alessa in this game. You're that baby that Harry Mason ran away with at the end of Silent Hill 1. But there's also an evil fetus growing inside you. The fetus of God. That's why your world keeps distorting and changing.
So yeah, this kind of brings back the whole dark cult summoning an evil god story from the first game. And as you all know, I never really liked that very much.
Jordan? Yes, Jordan? Can I touch you? No, you cannot touch me, but I want to. Ah! Oh God! What was that? What did you do? Nothing. You touched me! You touched me and now I feel weird! You look fine to me. No. That was horrible. Don't ever do that again. Don't ever talk shit about Silent Hill 1's story again. Are you a fan of Silent Hill 1's story? Yes, it's a good story. But it's an evil cult story. What do you have against evil cult stories? I just don't like them. They don't scare me. Then why do you like Silent Hill? Because I like everything else about it. I like the characters, the atmosphere, the scenery. You can't like Silent Hill if you don't like the story. Why are you so mean to me? Because I like to be mean to you. I'm not even a Silent Hill fan, I just like to be mean to you.
Oh yeah. If there's anything that holds Silent Hill 3 back from being something profound or extraordinary in my opinion, it is the story. I understand a lot of people like the story of the cult, and personally I don't think there's anything especially wrong with it. But I do think it's kind of bland in comparison to, again, how unique the game is. See, it's just kind of sad to me. It's sad how the last game had us playing an extremely complex character, with clear flaws, deep vulnerabilities, and a mental drive so heavy and compelling. His story could have totally stood on its own without even needing the cult or the haunted town to exist. Like, it was such a good story it didn't even need to be called Silent Hill. In Silent Hill 3, you just play as a chosen one. A character connected to a prophecy, whose only drive is to put an end to evil. A pretty ordinary story for a pretty unordinary game. But like I said, it's not necessarily bad. There are actually certain things that make Heather's story more compelling. Like, for instance, Heather's personality.
You gonna let your hair color go back too?
I don't know. Don't you think blondes have more fun?
James may have been complex and had an interesting mental struggle, but he didn't have much of a personality. He was pretty boring. Heather, on the other hand, does have a personality. Heather is a much more colorful lead than any other Silent Hill character before or after her, and that goes a long way for this game. Plus, I don't know if it has something to do with the adventure or the presentation or what, but this game is way better at getting me interested in the cult than Silent Hill 1 ever was.
You feel excited when you step on them and snuff out their lives.
Are you talking about the monsters?
Monsters? They look like monsters to you?
Oh no. Don't worry. It's just a joke.
That is actually my favorite cutscene in the game. I love the vagueness of that line. They look like monsters to you? And it's stuff like that that used to get me into the story, despite the fact that I was never all that interested. A lot of people who love Silent Hill 2 like to sort of just toss Silent Hill 3 away as unemotional, shallow, and not all that great. But there's a lot of powerful stuff inside it for those willing to look.
Listen, my dearest. For the pain that I've caused you, I deserve no mercy.
So yeah, I may not be crazy about the story, but I do still love it. I grew up with this game, and the characters are just too nostalgic for me. I'll always love Silent Hill 3, and after all, why waste my time criticizing a game I love when I could be criticizing a movie I hate? Was that a Pop-Tart jump scare movie? A Pop-Tart jump scare? Is that what Silent Hill is to you? A Pop-Tart jump scare? What the fuck?
Yes, well, I suppose it's time now, isn't it? We talked about the Silent Hill movie at the beginning of Silent Hill month, and now I guess it's time we talk about the other Silent Hill movie. Yes, Silent Hill Revelation 3D. That's literally the name of the movie.
Silent Hill Annihilation 5A. Silent Hill Devastation 6B. Silent Hill The Phantom Menace.
So as the film starts, we see Heather in her dream, running through the amusement park. Looks pleasing enough. That is until we see what it is that's chasing her. Oh, fat people. Fat people are chasing her. Yeah, I'm getting the feeling we aren't going to be seeing those awesome monster effects from the first movie anymore. Important note, the big bunnies in the game didn't make jump scares. In fact, they didn't even move. Well, those effects are terrible. That's enough to make me stop watching right there. Also, look, it's Sean Bean. He came back for the second movie. Too bad the script is so badly written, it's actually capable of making him seem like a bad actor.
Hey, Rose. I wish you were still here. It's been so hard since you brought Sharon back to me.
So anyway, this is apparently our Heather, ladies and gentlemen.
Do you think there's a difference between dreams and reality?
Heather seems to be a total bummer. She frowns throughout the entirety of the movie. She mumbles almost every line of dialogue she has with an insufferably bland mood. And she's also an asshole to everyone around her.
Come on, Heather. Share a little bit of yourself. Everyone has a story. Tell us yours.
What is this, 3rd grade? What do you want to know?
Do you get all of your clothes from Goodwill?
Good one.
Okay, you know what? Let me make this easier for you. This is the 5th school I've been to since I was 11.
Been to since I was 11.
So don't bother trying to remember my name because I'm sure as hell not going to remember yours. I won't IM you or Facebook you or tweet you, read your blog. And whatever you're thinking of saying or doing, don't bother, because I've seen it before and I'm just guessing here, but I don't think there are too many original thinkers in this room.
Well, that was the worst monologue I think I've ever seen in a movie. We're only 10 minutes in. This is happening way too fast.
So as it goes, Heather's world begins to fall apart and change as the film goes on. Only unlike the first movie, absolutely no time whatsoever is taken to pace the horror. It's all rushed, it's all shoddy, it's all edited really badly. Oh god, and when she gets to the mall, it gets so much worse.
Is this supposed to be scary? Am I supposed to be scared right now? Millions and millions of dollars you spent on this movie, and you're wasting your time filming stuff like this?
Wait, sir.
Okay, say what you want about the first movie, but at least the first movie had effort put into it. The first film had scares like this. This film has scares like this.
Oh yeah, and what the hell is that thing? That thing is stupid. It wasn't even in the game. And that wouldn't even bother me if it didn't look so stupid.
So, where's home?
A couple of blocks away.
So eventually, Heather meets this boy played by Jon Snow from Game of Thrones. He's supposed to be a boy anyway. He doesn't really look like a boy. He looks like a 26-year-old man. And oh lord, if you thought the girl playing Heather was a bad actress, just wait until you see Jon Snow in this movie.
What happened to the small talk? No, what's your favorite band? Do you Facebook? Nothing like that?
Fuck Facebook, do you?
I never think about it.
Everybody thinks about it.
I don't know why, but it is amazing to me how genuinely bad these two are on camera. It's like the most awkward thing I've ever had to watch.
What are you doing out of class?
You know what? I'm lost. Can't find math. Any ideas?
No.
I guess I don't necessarily blame the actors. I mean, it's not their fault the script is so goddamn terrible. But I don't know, I think it also has something to do with how desperately this guy tries to pull off an American accent. He can't do it. And he just fails so hilariously when he tries.
You're kind of funny, Heather. You're pretty fucked up, but I don't know, I think you're goofy fun inside.
Wait, what? What did he just say?
I think you're goofy fun inside.
So that's what you say to girls.
Goofy fun. That'd be nice, for a change.
Hey Tarantula, I think you're goofy fun inside. Jesus, sorry, I thought you'd like that.
Why can't you just trust me?
It's for my dad. You don't understand.
I do.
No, you don't. How could you?
Because I am a child of the Order.
Oh my god, you are ruining Silent Hill 3 movie. You are ruining it. It'd be fine if anything you were doing was cool. But nothing you're doing is cool.
The Order are trapped in Silent Hill. The Notebook said so.
It is possible for a few to escape just for a while, but it requires sacrifice and suffering.
You have been chosen for this.
Now I'm naked for some reason.
Well, at least they put the mannequin room in the film. That's pretty cool. Holy mother of spider mannequin, what the hell is this? You know, it's sad there isn't like one single monster from the game in this movie, but they did go through the effort to make this thing. And you know, I kinda like this thing. It doesn't feel much like a Silent Hill monster, and it would look better if they didn't use such crappy CGI on it, but it's cool compared to any of the other dumb stuff they made up. And at least pyramid heads in it.
Hey Jordan? Yes, Jordan? Is there anything you hate? What do you mean? Is there anything you hate? With hatred in your heart? I don't know. Not really. Why can't you just be hateful, goddammit? Why are you yelling at me? Be hateful. I need you to be hateful. I don't want to be hateful. Wait, I know what to do. Hey, jump scare Kirby! No, don't! Jump scare Kirby! You killed Jump Scare Kirby! Why did you do that? I loved him! You did not love him. I did love him sometimes! You hated him. Oh god, oh god, oh god! You should be happy I did you a favor. Now I know why Kirby was so scared of Silent Hill. I know why he was acting so strange in the first video. He's dead. He was acting weird because he knew! He knew Silent Hill would be the end! And from now on, it'll be forever known I killed him. In the Silent Hill 3 video. I hate you! Good.
Why is Pyramid Head controlling the merry-go-round? Is this like his day job when he's not busy being Pyramid Head or something? Ah, confrontation with the evil Alessa!
Do you think I won't destroy you?
Do you think I won't destroy you? Can we just get to the end of this movie? I have no more patience, no more creativity. I have nothing. Nothing for this movie. Finish up!
God can only be born through your flesh.
Ah, confrontation with Claudia! Claudia, who has no character in this film. And hey, there's Sean Bean! Thank God he's still unharmed. It might have made for some actual emotional tension if he wasn't. Goofy fun. Also, this credit sequence is the only good thing about the movie. Thank you for watching.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for me to cleanse the world. I'm going to destroy this movie. And I'm going to destroy you! Ah, what the hell? What are you doing? Oh, shh, don't worry, Jordan. It'll all be over soon. What will be over soon? What are you talking about? When the ritual is complete, you will belong to me. What ritual? Our ritual. Oh god, no! Stop it! Sad Jordan, help me! What? Me? Why would you want my help? I thought you hated me. Just do something! What do I do? Here! Use this! What is that? It's a Glowfidus! What? It's from Silent Hill 1. It's a magical potion that vanquishes evil. It's actually a real thing, too. Throw it at me! Hey, Jordan? Yes, Jordan? Which Silent Hill game is the best? I don't know. Everyone has a different opinion. Whichever one you want, I guess. How come you never reviewed Silent Hill 4? I will review it. When Silent Hill Month continues. Sorry I killed the evil side of your face. Don't be sorry. I'm glad you did. It's sad that Jump Scare Kirby's dead. It is sad. But you were right. It's okay to be sad. Sad, Jordan. I guess I needed you after all. Really? Yeah. Now get out. Sky to forever, green grass blows in the wind, dancing. It would be a much better sight with you, with me. If you hadn't met me, I'd be fine on my own, baby. Never felt so lonely than you came along. So now what should I do? I'm strung out, addicted to you. My body aches now that you're gone.
My supply fell through. Let me give you everything you had. Oh, I forgot the words.